Welcome to Urania Heart Metaphysics. I'm really excited to share this Starseed calling series that I am creating with Jackie B. We will touch on how you may know the connection to your galactic soul family is awakening within you. So this is video one.
Yes. And this video, I really wanted to share why do you feel so different right now and why life may feel off? So I wanted to start this a little different than normal. I want to share an experience from a few months ago. I was standing in my kitchen. Nothing was wrong. I was just sitting there, right? My kids were talking, life was happening, like many of us had, just a completely normal moment. And I just all of a sudden snapped. Not big, not dramatic, nothing crazy. Just I immediately felt it in my body. This isn't me. Like something just moved through me, right? So instead of just moving on and pretending that that didn't happen, I stood there for a second and just felt into my body. The tightness in my chest, like this restless energy, irritated energy just that was like flowing through, right? And I had this moment of what has been going on with me lately? And I know that I'm not the only one that's ever experienced this. Because if you are here, you're more likely somebody that can feel things very deeply and somebody that notices energy, even when no one says anything, right? Who can walk in a room and immediately feel the tone of what's going on. You can feel the energy of the collective energy of everybody in that space. And life starts to feel different at some points. It's not what you're doing in life. It feels like you're not fully in it anymore, almost like you're going through autopilot. Um, so you open your phone to relax, but somehow that makes you feel worse. But you keep going anyway, right? Or you react and then immediately your body's like, why did I just do that? But we're just like, brush it off. Um, so the issue is like, it can really start messing with you when nothing looks wrong, but you can't explain why you feel this way, right? So that moment in the kitchen, it hit me. It wasn't me just being overwhelmed, which is a possibility, right? It's this me outgrowing the way I've been living, so to say. Um, it's not my life, it's the way I was moving through it. I was trying to push through it, stay service level, ignore what was actually being felt in order for me to stay functionable. And we all do that. I've gone through and I really am one to be present with my emotions, but in those moments, there's certain things where like life's lifing and I've got things to do and I just can bypass a little bit in that space. And it caught me going, nope, this isn't who I am. I don't bypass things. Like something's here, it's an invitation. So when we feel so much though, and we're very sensitive, right? It almost feels like a live wire. And so we have to kind of numb a little bit. Otherwise, we'd be constantly processing and not able to really truly function in the world. So you can only do that so long before the system starts to say, I can't do it anymore. So with star seeds, like I feel like that's the big thing, right? We are so empathic. We can feel everything around us. And so we can feel like we're overwhelmed 24/7. But it's really because we have our sensitivity is like turned up. So we learn how to navigate it and we process a little different. And us even trying to do autopilot, we can't autopilot. There's a part of us that goes, no, like that's not happening. And so it's like this resistance to yourself. So if you've been feeling off, I really want you to know that it's not that you're breaking. It's just because you're becoming aware of what no longer feels like you, that you're picking up energies from other spaces that isn't you, right? And it's like, oh, instead of living through this enmeshment of going, oh, I'm just angry, it's okay, so maybe I am feeling the energy around me and the collective anger that's kind of in here. That's not saying that it's somebody else doing something to me. It's I feel this energy that actually hooked into something that my body's already storing and now it like amplifies it and it's an invitation for me to kind of go through and see what's there. And so bringing clarity with it but to do that, it feels like at first I'm going to have to sit with the friction, the irritation, the restlessness, that emotional sensitivity and almost wanting to disconnect, right? Like I don't fit in here. Like this is not normal. I don't like operating this. That's all normal. It isn't that you're too sensitive. It's become because you're coming in tuned with more of you. So a lot of people they'll try to fix this by trying to stay calm, pushing it through, oh, that's bad. I can't be angry. I can't think that way, right? Or they try to logically make sense of it, but not actually sit and move the energy within them, right? And that doesn't mean that we have to sit and meditate for 12 hours. That sometimes that means I feel this intense energy, instead of me holding it, I'm going to be with it and not like store it. I mean, when hold it, like obviously I'm holding it. But maybe that means I need to go for a walk and just move with this energy and say, okay, like I don't have to clench on it so tight. Like I can allow it to see what comes up as I'm moving. And sometimes I'm crying and I don't even know why I'm crying. I'm crying for the world at certain points because I have that big of a heart in that space. And so it's really about that tightness you feel is not random, right? That's really your emotional edge in life. It's your sensitivity, it's your awareness, and it's trying to land in the body. And so instead of making it bad, instead of making it mean something about you, instead of trying to fix it, everything, right? It's about sitting with that and going deeper, reaching into you. You're not lost, you're becoming more of the human that gets to truly live life. So awakening doesn't, like all of this is to say, awakening doesn't start with clarity. It starts with the honesty, right? It's noticing, hey, this doesn't feel like me anymore, or this doesn't land the same. Something is shifting, something is stirring, and not trying to explain it or rationalize it, just noticing and being with it, being willing not to rush past that and go, hey, maybe there's something here for me. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me, just like this is an invitation, but there's something more. So you don't need to figure it all out right now. You don't have to pretend that nothing is changing and everything is constant, because the one constant in life is change. Life is always evolving, it's always moving, it's always alive, right? It's always breathing. And when we expect the same thing to be happening all the time, like that's where we set our own expectations and set ourselves up for quote unquote failure. Because really, this is the beginning of something. This is an invitation. And so I'm going to let Urini kind of share her point of view of what's kind of coming through and see where she's at for this.
That was a perfect share, an example, Jackie, of how seemingly out of nowhere you take notice of your internal changes projecting from within, right? It's like something just clicks and you're like, okay, where did that even come from? And it's like, you've been feeling it inside, but it's likely that you're like, either I'm not going to really deal with it right now, or because I'm not in the space to hold space for that within me, or we try to pretend that we're not feeling that way because it feels off or because it feels icky. And so then naturally at some point, it just comes out and it catches you possibly off guard. And so this essentially is one of the first indicators that your galactic soul family is making a connection with you, or that star seed within you is beginning to sprout and you're coming online, right? It's time. This is the time to really answer the call, essentially. So, in some ways, you would think this surge of energy and the raising awareness would be exciting. It would make you happy or joyful. But generally, like in this first phase, it's kind of the opposite, right? You feel discomfort, you feel just like, yeah, on all levels, emotional, physically, mental, like something feels off, right? You're irritable, you might be apathetic, depressed, anxious, emotionally sensitive, as Jackie said. It's like you experience this whole range of what you might hear people call ascension symptoms. So it can be stuff happening physically. And generally, when it's happening physically, it's like we're not listening or taking action to what's coming through. And so then it really starts to show up physically, where we're just tired. And it's like, okay, maybe we need to take a nap and have a dream that will provide like some illumination of what is trying to move through us. So this essentially is, said to be a result of the difference in frequency, right? Because as we're in this space of awakening into whatever this calling will be for us, there naturally is like we're in that in between. We're not in that baseline frequency that we held, of the past, right? Of the quote unquote past, but we're also not at this quote unquote higher frequency that maybe our galactic guides hold, or this aspect of ourself that we're growing into holds. And so there's that dissonance, and that's where the discomfort comes forth. And that's where we're being called to really be present. So this essentially is the activation of the star seed within you coming to, starting to sprout, right? So there's a call to recalibrate your being within this experience. As a result, too, in this first phase, and of course, this might happen at the three different phases, or, who can really contain it to three phases. But during this period, you may see people coming in and out of your life, right? You'll start to see relationships possibly breaking down or interactions breaking down because of the shift within you. And you're seeing that shift external to you, which doesn't mean like the relationship's over or you shouldn't talk to that person, but it's just, again, a reflection of what is, awakening and what's kind of out of alignment within you. Um, Places don't feel the same, and essentially everything just hits differently in the best ways and the worst ways. And this is essentially par for the course. So when you're in this experience, know that there's nothing wrong with you. And this is just the time to really be present with your emotions, with the energy that's moving within you and all around you, and just holding space, like not defining it, trying not to make it mean anything, and just allowing the energy, the emotions, the reflections inform you on what is changing within you. And so stay tuned for part 2 of this series, where we talk about why you feel overwhelmed and why nothing is actually working.